Well, as we've just been discussing, obviously tonight's performance was very much based around yourself. What led you to take on this monumental task?
Basically, David Parry offered it to me, and I've always been interested in Shakespeare and Caliban's journey throughout the Tempest, but it wasn't deemed complete by David. So this journey sort of brings it on a sort of journey to redemption, which Caliban's in the Shakespeare version doesn't actually, arrive at. So it's very interesting to, bring it outside of, Shakespeare's text and come to this different conclusion on the character's destiny. So I was really interested in that version of it, and obviously with all the different aspects of the character, changed from the original Caliban character in Shakespeare. So that's what really interested me at first, and I was delighted to take it up. It's beautiful.
No, but everything's going to die.
And did you actually originally come to it from the two books of poetry that David wrote? Did you know that before?
I hadn't read the two books previously, and I didn't want to actually delve into those outside of the play, because that is the main point of context for the character, and everything around that is can be filled in. I didn't want to actually approach it from that angle, because that's not what the audience see, and as an actor you fill in the backstory around what's actually in the play, because that's what the audience see. So I thought not to, but I definitely will read those when I get the time.
Yeah, I think that's very, very wise. And obviously it's a very, very physical performance. You're doing mime, you're doing dance, you're doing acting, all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
I mean, is your background with all those different aspects of acting, or?
Yeah, I've done various forms of theatre, physical theatre. I'm not really from a dance background, so I'm not really a really competent dancer. But obviously Victor's taught us quite a lot on the in the actual rehearsal process, so we picked up little steps, but yeah, it has been mainly through the rehearsals that we've done that, and it's really interesting to learn new skills.
Absolutely, and Victor was saying that he's very much a devotee of Stanislavski. Are you applying the method to your performance?
There is some aspects of that I use, but I'm more based in Meisner technique.
Yes.
I don't immerse myself in the character, throughout the whole play. Sorry, not the whole play. All the time that I'm living. I mean, I can take a break for it and then come back to it. I'm not really into it that I just wouldn't switch off from it. I just turn it off and on when as much as I can, but sometimes you've got to take a break from the character. I don't do it all the time.
Oh, good. And what's the reception been like? Obviously I've only come on the final night, but it's been on all this week, hasn't it?
Yeah, the reception's really good, positive feedback we've got from the crowds. They've really enjoyed it, said it's really good visual, visceral performance. They love the tableau work and the physical theatre, because that really creates a picture in the minds of the audience, because it's quite an abstract piece, and there's a lot of poetry in, and it's quite ambiguous in parts.
Yes.
So that actually lends to the picture and creates the images in the mind of some people. Get different interpretation of it from others, but it's from that visual aspect and the movement and the poetry that it creates different versions in different people's head, different people's heads.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I think that it's a very subjective piece. I think everybody will have come away with a different reading of it, and also it will incite some people to do more research around some of the topics that are being discussed as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Very, very, very powerful performance, I think. Well done.
You.
My congratulations.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Cheers.